Ahoy hoy, YouTube modeling community. I want to do a little presentation today on a detail of building 2829 Model A Fords. I originally filmed part of this back in last June of 2015 in anticipation of this model coming out, and but I never did I never did get it done, partly because I was frustrated when I recorded the original part of the video that you're going to see after this, and then I just wasn't doing videos at the time anyway, so it's delayed. In the meantime, the model came out. It's about a detail that I've seen done wrong on Model A models, just because somebody hasn't realized that this is necessary. And I mean, there's no wrong way of doing a model, but if you're doing a stock Model A or a like an early Gao job or something like that, it's something you want to keep in mind. And obviously, it's your model; you do whatever you want, and I'm not criticizing anybody. I just thought I'd bring this detail to the forefront. So anyway, I'm going to present some video that I did at All Ford Days in Milton, Ontario back in June of 2015. It was a frustrating filming experience because most car shows you go to, unless you're right near the front or something, you don't hear the music or announcements or anything. Well, this event takes place in a big historical village slash park, and they actually had speakers throughout the whole place, and it was hard to film anything without having loud music in the background. And so I know YouTube sometimes has a problem with that. Even though you didn't add the music to the video, just because it's in the background they'll ban it. So we'll see how this goes. And it was frustrating trying to talk to you, the viewer, on the camera with this loud music in the background, because I don't think it was coming through clear. But we'll see how this works, and then I'll be back at the end to talk a little more.
Hi, Lazy Eye Modeler here. Today we're at Country Heritage Village in Milton, Ontario, and we're here at All Ford Day. We've come to see all the great Ford cars here. It's a beautiful day, a lot of great eye candy here to see. But the specific reason we're making this video today is a little pet peeve of mine for when people build Model A Fords, especially the 2829 Model A Fords. And so I'm going to pick one of them here, 2829. I'll show you the detail I'm talking about, and yeah, that's what we'll do. They're still rolling in here. It's quite a fun day. So let's take a couple minutes. We'll go look at some Model A's. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm speaking about. Here we have an older 2829 AA truck, but it shows the example of what I'm wanting to show you. You see here, the top part is the gas tank. There's the gas cap, and then this is the end of the gas tank right there, and then the lower cowl. On the models, you get this line here, and a lot of people seem to think it's a seam, and they fill it in and sand it out, but that is not correct. You should be leaving that seam separate. This is the 3031. By that point, there's this molding that you can see here. The gas tank sits in, so you don't see the separation line as much between the lower cowl and the gas tank. So it's not as much of an issue when you're trying to build a 3031 Model A.
Okay, so that gives you a bit of an idea of the detail I was speaking about. So if we go with the new Revell kit, you can see fairly prominently, well, okay, there is the line here, down here, between the gas tank and the lower cowl. I don't know if this is going to show up on this camera, but we'll get it as close as we can. And you can sort of see the line there. Now that line is supposed to be there because that's the gas tank and it sits into the body, and then you have the lower cowl panel there. Now obviously if you're doing a custom or something radical, you know, fill it in, whatever, but don't think, oh, look at that lousy molding, they've left gaps there and I have to fill it in. No, that line is supposed to be there, and if anything, maybe just take the tip of your X-Acto knife and clean it out a bit. So like if you're building the 2829 truck from Revell, it needs to have that line there. If you're building the blue Bandito, like this, if you pick this kit up, it needs that line there because it's a 2829 pickup. If you're building the AMT 29 Ford Woody or pickup, there again, it needs that line there. You look at the picture on the box, they've eliminated the line, which is incorrect. And last but not least, there's this issue of the 2829 Roadster. It's a 29 Roadster, but it's built stock, and even on this box art, they've eliminated the line. It's not there. I'm getting too much glare at the moment. But you can see, if you look closely, that the line's not there. So somebody filled it in, not realizing on a stock Model A that line needs to be there. That's the gas tank sitting in. Is it a big deal? I don't know. It's one of those things, it's a pet peeve. I know, I remember when the 69 Chevy Novas from Revell came out, there's somebody that was extremely upset about detail on the interior or something that most people wouldn't have known about, you know. Well, with me it's Model A's because I've been involved with Model A's for 20 years or more now, and so I know some of the details. There again, I'm not criticizing anybody, I'm just trying to give the information that if you want to build it factory stock, so to speak, like it came from the factory, then you need that detail there. You know, if you're doing an early hot rod or something, which kind of the Revell kit represents, most of the guys back then didn't bother filling in that in. They were doing hot rods, so you know they weren't doing shiny customs. They were doing hot rods. If you're doing early hot rod, rat rod, whatever, you probably want to keep that detail in there. Can you tell my French heritage with the hands going here? Anyway, and so just to finish with the thoughts of the different years of Model A's. If you're building, say, the Revell 31 Ford, like this, or a variation of it, or say the Monogram 30 Coupe, then you don't have to worry about that detail because it actually has the molding. If I get everything in the right spot, has the molding there next. You can see it under the side marker lamp there. You can see the molding, so you're not looking for a seam or a gap there. Okay, this is probably long enough once I add it all together, so I hope you get my point. I hope it helps when you're building a Model A Ford, just something to keep in mind. 2829s have that separate gas tank. You want that demarcation line between the gas tank and the lower cowl panel, and yeah, that's it, I guess. If you're doing a fancy custom, then go to it and do whatever you want. And in the end, it's your model, do whatever you want. Just like I said, I'm just trying to share a detail. Anyway, yab. Time for me to quit. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.